Hey guys, welcome back to Evan's Inventions, and today we're doing a continuation of the build series, fully upgrading a 1/18 scale RC buggy. Today is part 3, installing the gears and the drive shaft. And if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, where we installed things like the metal shocks and the metal turnbuckles, please feel free to go back and watch those. Let's get on with the build. Alright, this car here is the WL Toys A959. There'll be a link for this car in the description of the video if you want to buy one for yourself. And the tools we're using today are MIP hex drivers, 2.5mm, 2mm, and 1.5mm. There'll also be a link in the description if you want to buy these for yourself. Needle nose pliers, and a Phillips head screwdriver. First, we're going to remove the body. And then we're going to unscrew the cover. Those are the first 2 screws. I'll do the rest on a time lapse so you can watch. Okay, we have the car fully disassembled to the point where we need it, where the full drive shaft is exposed. You can see that the whole entire drive shaft is plastic and twists very easily, which causes very bad performance and a lot of brakes. Now we will remove the drive shaft by pulling it out with all of the other gears inside. Here's the drive shaft. It's already bent very badly from just driving, really. Now we have to unscrew the gears and put the new ones on. Alright, now we have the old drive shaft with all the old gears off, and we don't need to worry about taking off this spur gear because it's already chewed up and we have a brand new one to put on the new drive shaft. So we're going to put this aside and we're going to grab our new parts. Open up the parts. Alrighty, here are the metal gears. Now for the drive shaft. Here's the metal drive shaft. This is an amazing piece of metal, and it matches with all the other colors of the car, which I think is very cool. Now we have to take out the hardware that came with the drive shaft. Alright, perfect. Now we're going to find the part of the drive shaft with the little hole on it, and we're going to slide this little pin through the hole. Perfect. And then we're going to take our metal gears, or our big one, the spur gear. I'm going to take the metal pin, make sure it's still in the hole. Mine just fell out. Take this, I'm just going to slide it through. Just like that. And it fits perfectly. Then we're going to take the bearing. And we could slide it right there, but I'm going to grab a little bit of WD-40 just to make sure that bearing is perfectly clean. just a tiny bit on the edge. Should be just fine. Then as the bearing spins around, it will absorb it and be perfect. And I'm pretty much just going to dry the bearing off, make sure it's clean, and slide it right over. Just like that. Then we're going to take another gear. I'm going to slide it on right there. And then we're going to take one of our screws, put it in on the end, and screw it through. Oh, fell out. That screws just right in there. No, that's perfect. Now we're going to take the other gear, slide it on the other side, and then put in our other screw. Perfect. Alright, now we have our whole drive shaft assembly on. Now we're going to put our other metal pinion gear on the motor. And to do that, we're going to take our 1.5mm hex driver and we're going to unscrew the little locking screw inside the pinion gear. And now I had a little bit of trouble with this when I was testing it out, and the pinion gear doesn't really want to come off. They must use some kind of glue or a Loctite on there that's making it stay on. So I'm going to grab a flathead screwdriver and we're going to try and pry off the pinion. And it came off perfectly. Great. Here's our old one, and here's our new one. They look to be about the same size, both metal. One looks to be almost like a brass, and one is almost an aluminum or steel, which should be way stronger. Then we're going to put in our drive shaft first. So we're going to slide this just right under here and into the slot, and just like that. You have to make sure it all matches up perfectly, otherwise it won't really roll. So perfectly matched up there. Then we're going to take our pinion gear and slide it over the motor shaft. We're going to line it up with the spur gear. And there's no way to adjust the mesh on this car, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So then we're going to grab our blue Loctite and put it on the little lock screw. Okay, perfect. Now this screws just right in there. We have to make sure that that is super tight. Otherwise our pinion could come flying off. Bad things would happen. All right. Now everything is properly installed. Now we need to start putting the car back together. For these screws that go into the differential cover, I'm going to add a little bit of Loctite on them because I never did that before, but since it is metal to metal, it's probably the right thing to do. Perfect. I'm going to put some Loctite on this one too. And screw it in. You can use a slightly bigger Phillips head screwdriver to tighten it down, and then we're good. Okay, that's perfect. That rolls amazing. Then we're going to screw in the front. Again, we're going to put a little bit of Loctite on these screws. And grab the other screw as well. And get a little bit of Loctite on it. It's perfect. Then we're going to put the screw in the slot. Put the other screw in the slot. And screw them down. Alright, front differential's on. Now we're going to add this cover over. And I'll do a quick time lapse so you can see that. Alright, it's completely done. The next step, the final step, is just to plug back in the things that we unplugged to remove the cover, which will just be the motor wires and the servo wire. So there's the motor wires plugged in. Now we can take our servo wire. We'll use our needle nose. We'll just grab the servo wire here. And then we run it through this little gap here, just that little notch. Just slide it through there. And then this plugs in to the ESC. It's a 3-in-1 ESC over here. That just plugs right into there. Now the car's completely done. That is pretty amazing. Cool. Guys, hope you liked today's video. If you did, please be sure to press that subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I post another video like this. Also, they'll be in the links in the description where you can buy these awesome MIP hex drivers and the A959 RC car. See you guys next time. Bye!